Britain's imperialism led to expansion overwards to Africa because of Europeans' eye towards new colonies in Africa. And Great Britain looked over to Asia for new possibilities because colonialism was too expensive. So what I'm going to talk about is how imperialist British control over Africa and India, and how they violate some of their political and sometimes religious views in their own civilizations. The similarity of the British and India and Africa would have to be their superiority over both countries, because they were less immune to what the British had. They took advantage of them. In India, it was kind of like a conspiracy, and in Africa, it was dominated. It was basically by force. Now, differences would have to include how they would cooperate with India and just live there with them. Like, they did not make India their own country. Just like in Africa, the British would find an area and claim it as theirs. When in India, they were administrators with some of the local leaders in India, but then they took over their power, and that's a form of their advantage. And in Africa and also in India, economically, they were used for investments in raw materials and manufactured goods that helped economize Britain. And the British, politically, in Africa, they claimed it as their own, and in India they accepted some traditions and social structures, and they were fair towards the people of India. Now, imperialism was huge along with the Industrial Revolution. And the imperialists, all they wanted was expansion outside their borders. They wanted control and reputation and wealth, and that's what the British wanted, and they apparently succeed in most fields with India and Africa.